Shake Shack. The burgers are amazing. The fries are crispy. The beer is cold. We highly recommend the Shackmeister. It's on tap here at Shake Shack. The shakes are extra thick and creamy. Everything is great here at Shake Shack. And on Monday nights, the guest list is pretty great because that's when we do the show. We had Chris Clute on, representing the baseball program. Now, let's get to a guy that most of you are very familiar with, the president-elect of the Sports Hall of Fame. Obviously, a guy that means a lot to this program, member of the Hall of Fame, and one of the best centers to ever play at the University of Miami. And Ron Berg can shut up. That and a lot more. Casey Jones joins us here on the show. Casey, thanks for joining us here on the show at Shake Shack.
Brian, thanks for having me. And I got to take one step back, and I'm no longer the president-elect. I've served for the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame for the last 2 years, and now
you are the president?
I'm happy to say, and I'm proud to say, and I'm honored to be the president of the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame.
All right, well, we take off the elect, and we salute you as president, and if I had known, I would have gotten a band or something.
It's all good. It's all good.
We would have played, all those.
Hail to the Chief.
Hail to the Chief, yeah, exactly. All right, so let's start off with the first reason why you're here. The Sports Hall of Fame, not only, obviously, do we know about the guys that go into the Sports Hall of Fame, we just had a great banquet. Ken Dorsey, Brett Romberg, all those guys go in. And we know about that aspect of it. There's also a building with a lot of great history of real importance to the University of Miami. John Ruth does a good job of running the Sports Hall of Fame. But you guys are obviously in the money-raising business, as a lot of organizations are, and definitely need the public's help in continuing the success of the Sports Hall of Fame. You put on a lot of great events throughout the year, the bowling tournament, the banquet, and now one of the most fun events that I never get to go to because it's always during my summer vacation is the fishing tournament, which is coming up on June 28th and 29th.
Right. And
this is going to be a great tournament. People are signing up like crazy. For information, people can go to www.canesfish.com. And one of the reasons why this is become a huge hit is because you're going to have a guy like Ray Lewis down there fishing with you.
Absolutely. So, Ray Lewis, everybody knows Ray Lewis. He's a household name. He's, made famous as a University of Miami Hurricane linebacker. Had some extraordinary games in the Orange Bowl. He's a teammate of mine, and then went on to great success with the Baltimore Ravens. But he's an inductee of the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame, and that's what we provide our inductees is a great way to plug back into the University of Miami community. This being his first year in retirement, our good friend and our host of our last fishing tournament, Warren Sapp, reached out to Ray and said, we got a great opportunity for you to not only represent the University of Miami, plug back in and support a community that needs you, that gave so much to you, but also have a whole lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
As evidenced by Warren Sapp last year. I was a teammate of Warren's back in the 90s, and we were on opposite sides of the ball. And so it was always a little bit of strain on our relationship then. But because of our unique shared experience, we've become very good friends, and he's been very supportive of the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame and was a host last year, and now he continues to be a supporter of it. He's going to be down with Ray, but he actually went out and recruited another host and said, hey, Ray, you want to have a good time? Let's start your retirement off right. Come and host the third annual University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame Celebrity Dolphin Tournament.
So tell us about the event. People can still sign up, again, at www.canesfish.com. Let's kind of outline how the event goes off.
Okay, so the idea is pretty simple. We bring back former student athletes, former Cane greats, to fish alongside anglers, and we raise money for charity. The first charity being the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame. All the proceeds will go to us first, and we're going to use that to renovate our on-campus facility right next to the Heck Center. Also, we've involved two other charities this year, one being here in Miami, the Bonacani Fund. It's the fundraising arm of the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis.
Sure.
And then the second charity is Habitat for Humanity of the Upper Keys. With us being guests of our friends down in the Keys, we felt it was really important to engage that community and support one of their charities that supports us.
So it's going to be a great event. It's actually a 2-day event. It starts off Friday, June 28th. You got that great captain's meeting at Gary Dunn's place, right?
That's great, yeah. So Gary Dunn being a He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. And if people haven't heard the stories of Gary Dunn,
he's infamous.
Oh yeah, he's great. Go down to his Ocean View Pub, the OV, down a mile marker 88.5, and that's where we've found a second home down there, and we've also found a great place to kick off our weekend. He provides us a place where we can all get together. We had over 50 former players down there last year to kick off the event, and it's a cocktail party. It's where you can learn a little bit more about the tournament. You can actually sign up there, but that's where we actually pair the anglers with the celebrity participants of the tournament.
And then Saturday, it all heads to the water, right?
Oh yeah. So we'll have lines in at 8 o'clock, and then we have probably one of the more unique weigh-ins of any tournament I've ever been to, especially down here in South Florida. So lines in at 8. We're having our weigh-in from 3:30 to 4:30, which gives you a pretty good solid day of fishing, especially in the heat of the summer sun down in the Keys. So you go back to the weigh-in at Postcard Inn. It's at the Bimini Row. We have the whole thing cordoned off all for ourselves. We invite the public to that, but it's free booze, it's free food, music provided by Kevin Hurley, who you can hear down at Sky's Landing every Friday night.
Yep.
Amazing. And then that's where we do our weigh-in. So it's a party unto itself there on the dock. And then we have our cocktail hour starting at 6 o'clock and our awards dinner at 7.
So after the fishing, you have a cocktail hour?
Absolutely. We've got two great sponsors in Bacardi and in Budweiser. And any participant or anybody who comes down just wants to buy a social ticket and come by, it's an open bar and it's great food for everybody. So I encourage anybody, even if you're not a fisherman, even if you're not an angler, or even if you're not a Canes fan, you're just curious to see what a great party looks like, come on down to the Keys, come back down to the Postcard Inn and enjoy.
And KC, if I don't have a boat, but I want to still fish, can I do that?
Right. There's a couple opportunities for guys like that. So you can go down there and you can put a group together and you can charter a boat either out of, there's dozens of marinas down in the Keys. We turn people onto the marinas at Postcard Inn, at Holiday Isle, and then also across the bridge at Whale Harbor. So charter a boat, or there's also the opportunity to get on the head boat, which is going to be chartered by Gerard Daphnis and Canes for Life. So there's two great opportunities for that. Otherwise, if you don't get a chance to fish, come for the party.
I came for the party last year, and I'll tell you, Beast, you missed out because all I did was go to I went to the weigh-in and then the party with Harry over here, and we enjoyed ourselves.
Look, if it weren't for the fact that my best friend was getting married and I'm the best man in the wedding at the time, I would be there, but unfortunately I have to hold on to the rings. Well, so I guess you can understand that.
That's a half-decent excuse.
Yeah, half-decent.
But you can also still plan as a contingency. I mean, right. I know how these. Has he had his bachelor party yet?
Yes, he has. I was there.
Okay, how did that go?
Well, we weren't supposed to do certain things that we did do, so word might leak out.
It's just a matter of time before this thing's called off.
Yeah, you're right. I might as well just get a boat together because I know I'm not going.
If you're already telling me that and you're telling on the airways on the radio, loose lips sink ships. It's over.
Yeah, it's a valid point. No. It's a valid point, no doubt about it. So look, I will say this. No one does events like you guys.
Yeah.
Between the banquet and the fishing tournament and the bowling tournament, I mean, there's a lot of these like rubber chicken dinners I've been to in my life.
Right.
No one does it better than the UM Sports Hall of Fame.
And I appreciate that because that's our goal. So, the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame, we have a mission to we celebrate all of the great players, administrators, and coaches that made the University of Miami great, right? And we have an on-campus facility that's filled with trophies, artifacts, jerseys, all this great history. We tell the history of the University of Miami through the athlete's eyes, right? And that's pretty exciting. And through our events, we want to capture that same spirit, but also make it fun. We're in the business of raising money to support ourselves and also support the University of Miami athletic department, but they don't have to be. We've been to those banquets too. They don't have to be boring. They don't have to be stuffy. And the group of people that we've collected are all fun, like-minded people. And they're looking for someone to have a good time, re-engage the University of Miami community, and support the Miami community around us. We've got a great place and a great opportunity for people to do
it's a shame. About, I would say, maybe 10 years ago or a little less, I was invited to be on the Hall of Fame committee. And I sat in on a couple of meetings, and then, you get married, you have a kid, and you're just like, well, guys, I'm sorry, I don't have time, whatever. And I'm sorry that I did that because now in adulthood, you realize how great a group you guys are, how much you guys do, how much you care about the university, and what this all means to you. And Again, I don't think there's any group like it out there. I know, look, there's the Miami Touchdown Club. There's a lot of groups that do events. I don't think anybody does it better than you on Sports Hall of Fame. You guys work your butts off.
I appreciate it, and I think it's a tribute to the group of people that have come together. You know, we're all friends. We all tailgate together. We all go to Canes games together, and because of that energy, we're able to bring more people together around us. I mean, this fishing tournament, it started over cocktails with Pat Del Vecchio. Pat Del Vecchio he earned a scholarship, walked on from Westminster High School, and was a deep snapper during the 90s. And we were having beers one day, and I introduced him to the Hall of Fame. He said, this is a great place, great opportunity, but you got to do things a little bit differently. You got to make it fun.
Right.
And we took the ball and just ran with it with that one.
Well,
and 3 years later, we have a tournament that's grown from, we had 20-something boats the first year. We just took our 50th entry.
And going to get them more.
Oh, and
get a bunch more.
We're forecasting, 80 to 90 boats in a third-year fishing tournament in what has been a really pretty slow economy down in the Keys. So to have that, it's just a tribute to the spirit of the people that are involved in the Hall of Fame. It really is.
And the great part about these events, Beast, is you get to actually interact as a fan with all these former players.
That is the best part.
I mean, it's the best part. Fans do not have many opportunities to see Hurricane greats, let alone shake their hand, ask them a question, talk to them. They're always so generous with their time. And you see them also in their element. You see them with their buddies from their playing days, and you see them joking around, and it's just a great opportunity to see the guys that were behind the mask, under the pads, in their element, and interacting with them.
And I think just to kind of piggyback on Peyton's point, it's right now with the way things are, I went to a football banquet, and this isn't to take anything away from the football banquet. I think they do one heck of a job. But compliance in this day and age is to the point where you have the players on one side of the building, and then you have a big line of red tape in between, and you got barbed wire, and you got armed guards with German Shepherds in between, separating the players and the fans that come there to interact with the players. And when I was growing up at the University of Miami, I went to those banquets, and we were sitting with the same families each and every year, and they got to know us, and I think it just created a stronger bond between the players and the community around them. And so now we're doing that same thing, but we're being a little bit more proactive with it.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on for hours about how things have changed with the interaction with the public, and especially the media. I mean, I used to actually get to watch more than stretching, but that's neither here nor there. It's completely different, but one of the ways to make up for that is by going to these events where, okay, maybe you don't get the guy while he's in school, but look, you're a Ray Lewis fan, a Warren Sapp fan, a Casey Jones fan, a Joaquin fan, Sherko fan, whoever. You're going to get to see these guys, shake their hands, tell them how much they mean to you and all this stuff. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little football. First, I have to ask you a question.
Hit me.
Now, you left school, 96 was your last year?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to have to ask you this question.
Hit me.
It's going to be very hard. Clement or Covington?
Ryan Clement. My favorite quarterback of all time, Ryan Clement. Absolutely.
That was an awesome question.
Yeah, I know. We're going to take a break. Back after this on All Canes Radio, live from Shake Shack.
We don't care about nobody except it's you. We don't.
You're listening to All Canes Radio.
Canes fans, it's the Beast, and we've been telling you all about Shake Shack for a long time.